One of the 32 federal entities of the United Mexican States is Tabasco, formerly known as the Free and Sovereign State of Tabasco. Its capital city is Villahermosa, and it is comprised of 17 municipalities. It is situated in southeast Mexico and is bordered to the northeast by the states of Campeche, to the west by Veracruz, to the south by Chiapas, and to the southeast by the department of Petén in Guatemala. Its northern shoreline faces the Gulf of Mexico. Because it receives a lot of rainfall all year round, unlike most other parts of Mexico, the majority of the state is covered in rainforest. Additionally, the state is home to La Venta, a significant Olmec civilization center that is thought to be the cradle of later Mesoamerican cultures. The Maya are an ethno-linguistic group of indigenous peoples in Mesoamerica. The ancient Maya civilization was formed by members of this group, and today's Maya are generally descended from people who lived within that historical region. Today, they inhabit southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and westernmost El Salvador and Honduras. Maya is a modern collective term for the peoples of the region. However, the term was not historically used by the indigenous populations themselves. There was no common sense of identity or political unity among the distinct populations, societies, and ethnic groups because they each had their own particular traditions, cultures, and historical identities. It is estimated that 7 million Maya were living in this area at the start of the 21st century. Guatemala, southern Mexico, and the Yucatan Peninsula, Belize, El Salvador, and western Honduras have managed to maintain numerous remnants of their ancient cultural heritage. Some are quite integrated into the majority Hispanicized mestizo cultures of the nations in which they reside, while others continue a more traditional, culturally distinct life, often speaking one of the Mayan languages as a primary language. The Mexica were a Nahuatl-speaking people of the Valley of Mexico who were the rulers of the Triple Alliance, more commonly referred to as the Aztec Empire. The Mexica established Tenochtitlan, a settlement on an island in Lake Texcoco, in 1325. A dissident group in Tenochtitlan separated and founded the settlement of Tlatelolco with its own dynastic lineage. In 1521, their empire was overthrown by an alliance of Spanish conquistadors and rival indigenous nations, most prominently the Tlaxcaltecs. Mexico was subjugated under the Spanish Empire for 300 years, until the Mexican War of Independence overthrew Spanish dominion in 1821. In the 21st century, the government of Mexico broadly classifies all Nahuatl-speaking peoples as Nahuas. While the Mexica no longer exist as a distinct group, aspects of the Mexica language and culture still remain. Since 1810, the name Aztec has been more common when referring to Mexico, and the two names have become largely interchangeable. When a distinction is made, Mexico is one dominant group within the Aztecs. The Nahuas are one of the indigenous people of Mexico, with Nahua minorities also in El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. They comprise the largest indigenous group in Mexico. They are a Mesoamerican ethnicity. The Mexica, Aztecs, are of Nahua ethnicity, as are their historical enemies, the Tlaxcalans, Tlaxcaltecs. The Toltecs, which predated both groups, are often thought to have been Nahua as well. However, in the pre-Columbian period, Nahuas were subdivided into many groups that did not necessarily share a common identity. Their Nahuan languages, or Nahuatl, consist of many variants, several of which are mutually unintelligible. About 1.5 million Nahuas speak Nahuatl, and another million speak only Spanish.